Good afternoon. I'm Dana Tyler. This is a CBS 2 update. A horrific crime was recorded by surveillance cameras in the Bronx. A father was sucker punched and left unconscious in the street and then robbed by a different group of people. CBS 2's Clark Foraker has the story from University Heights, where he spoke with the family of the victim.
The man's name is Fernando Lavaro, and the family says they're not sure why he was attacked here at the corner of Aqueduct Avenue and Buchanan Place in the Bronx Monday afternoon. In fact, it took police a day to notify the family of the attack, and now they say they're not sure the father of three will survive. Surveillance video shows a man approaching Fernando Lavaro and punching him so hard he drops to the ground unconscious. Then another man walks up and police say steals Lavaro's cell phone and identification.
We don't know how he's going to react when he do get up or not, but I hope he do get better.
His sister, Cristina Zuniga, showed me photos of her brother. She says he has a fractured skull and brain swelling. He's unable to open his eyes or speak with his family.
I go every day since the first day I found out he was in the hospital. I'll be there every day until time his visit is over. I'm always going to be there until everything goes down and he gets justice.
The man police say punched Lavaro walks back into the surveillance video frame and takes a photo of him lying on the ground.
He's not that kind of person. That should not happen to him.
I don't know who do it and why they do it, but he's not a troubled child. I watch him go up right here.
Neighbors describe Lavaro as a hardworking father that had lived in the same area of the Bronx for more than 30 years.
They think it was funny to go back and record him. Like it was funny. Why they couldn't, other people around them could have called 911 to protect him. Right now he's in ICU, critical condition. Don't know if he's going to survive.
Police say the suspects turned the corner and were caught on surveillance cameras on 183rd Street, giving one another a high five. Someone did eventually call 911, a maintenance worker from a nearby public school. The family tells me that maintenance worker stayed with Lavaro here in the street to make sure he was not run over by any cars. In the Bronx, Clark Foraker, CBS 2 News.
The murder of 15-year-old Lisandro Jr. Guzman Feliz has started a conversation citywide about gang violence. There were calls from city leaders to close the deli where Guzman Feliz was killed. Surveillance video from inside shows the teenager being dragged out of the store. His family members say the workers did not do anything to help him, but police say there was a 911 call from inside the bodega that night. When police arrived, though, the suspects had taken off. Police also say the owner and the workers fear for their safety now. City Councilman Richie Torres says he is drafting legislation to train businesses on how to react in these types of situations. He also wants $1 million to go to the city budget for anti-gang programs.
It brings a range of services to crime-stricken communities, such as workforce development, youth employment, mental health treatment, counseling, conflict resolution.
Officials also say more after-school programs are also needed to help prevent young people getting involved in gangs. Police say breaks in that case came from the NYPD's real-time crime center, where teams of investigators scour different media platforms after a crime is committed. Police are looking for clues or evidence to help with these cases. The chief of detectives says often street gangs will brag about their crimes on social media.
This is just a piece, what you see here, continuously fed into the machine of how do we collect information, how do we use it, how do we fight crime smarter, how do we get better convictions when that's what we're looking for.
Chief Shea also says social media allows people to safely share and report information to police without being worried about any repercussions. There is a consumer alert on Long Island about a false threat that could be delivered right to your doorstep. Here's CBS 2's Carolyn Gussoff.
A warning today from the tax receivers of 3 townships in Nassau County, saying that a private attorney has been sending out letters warning folks that even if they're slightly late on their property taxes, they may be in immediate danger of losing their home. And these receiver of taxes say, telling folks today that it would take years to foreclose, and there is help other than via a private attorney.
And in one case, we had a resident who wasn't even late on her taxes. She had received the letter. She basically came here in tears, concerned that she was on the brink of losing her property because of this letter. Well, we're here to tell residents, stop. Do not believe this sort of letter you're receiving in the mail.
We're trying to reach out to the law firm that sent out these threatening letters for a response. Online, on air, and on Long Island, I'm Carolyn Gussoff.
There is new information in the corruption case against Nassau County's former executive. Prosecutors will retry Ed Mangano and his wife this fall. Mangano is accused of taking bribes from a restaurateur, including a no-show job for Mangano's wife, in exchange for county contracts and guaranteed loans. Linda Mangano is accused of lying to the FBI. The Mangano's first trial ended in a mistrial when jurors could not reach a unanimous verdict. The new trial set for October 9th. Jury selection starts in September. Elected officials in Brooklyn joined civic leaders and transit advocates calling on immediate action to fix the broken subway system. This comes a week after the ceiling collapse at the Borough Hall station, which injured a woman on the platform. And it also comes after a year since Governor Cuomo declared a state of emergency for the conditions underground. The group is urging lawmakers to raise the billions of dollars necessary to fund the MTA's Fast Forward plan, which is aimed to fully modernize the subway. A den of kittens, so cute, turned out to be something entirely different. 3 maintenance workers found these little felines while doing work for PSE&G in northern Bergen County. They stopped what they were doing. They called in the experts, and that's when the Division of Fish and Wildlife discovered this litter was actually baby bobcats. The 3 kittens were only a few days old and were left alone so their mother would come back to take care of them. We had morning storms, thunder and lightning in some parts. Let's see what when the heat's really going to hit us. CBS 2's John Elliott right now with your forecast.
Hi, everybody. Wowee. How'd you do this morning? It was nasty. Parts of the area of over 2 inches of rain. And, you know, every time we run the models, they're still cranking out a few isolated storms this afternoon. So you have more instability and lift in the atmosphere and this front on the way. So as far as coverage, morning to afternoon, it was busier in the morning than it likely will be this afternoon, but still a few storms. But that changes. We see that front clear out. Could be some fog overnight tonight, and then we mix it away. The temperature dew point spread will be significant because the temperatures are going to be soaring. So even though it's still a little sticky, it's sizzling. Sizzling sun. Sizzling. You know it's hot when we say sizzling, and then it's even hotter on Saturday. Saturday, 94, and boy, you know, it gets humid again Saturday and Sunday. So Sunday, when you factor in the humidity and the high temperature, I think 100 degrees for a real feel is easily obtainable, which is nothing you're really proud of or looking forward to. Parts of the area could be closer to 105, so I'm sure there'll be all kinds of advisories posted. Just pace yourself and take care of yourself. You know, if you're thirsty, it's almost too late. So be kind of proactive and drink that water. Watch out for the kids, the young and the old. The heat really takes a toll. And then also the pets, and it's going to be hard on the car. And yeah, maybe just think cool thoughts.
Thank you, John. Well, it is opening day in Atlantic City. Long anticipated 2 new hotels. A mass guitar smashing was held this morning at the site of the former Trump Taj Mahal, which will now be known as the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. And there will be a ribbon-cutting ceremony. There's the new place, very fancy, this afternoon at the former Revel Casino site, which is opening today as the Ocean Resort Casino. One name comes down, another name goes up. The 2 new casinos will bring back about 6,000 jobs to Atlantic City. Well, could you get to London faster than you could get to some beaches on Long Island? Well, Boeing has a plan for that, designing a passenger plane that could get people to London from New York in 2 hours. Yes, 2 hours. Right now, a flight takes about 7 hours. This supersonic plane would have top speeds of over 3,800 miles per hour. Boeing says this concept is still in the very early stage of development. It could take 20 to 30 years before it becomes a reality. That's your CBS 2 News update for this hour. Always catch us online, on social, and on television. I'll see you later, CBS 2 News at 6 o'clock. I'm Dana Tyler. Have a good day.